I'm Chris Yandek, covering CY Interview Las Vegas and the world. Today we welcome back to CY Interview. We always love having on Paul Pluta, Archie Luxury, the man from Australia, but he's currently live in Geneva, Switzerland. Watches and Wonders, the big international watch convention, is going on from April 1st to the 7th. He's at the private parties before the public showing. He's going to tell us everything that's going on in Switzerland. Archie, thanks so much for joining us. Paul, thanks for joining us. Whoever you want to be, Archie, Paul, whoever it is, thanks so much.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Archie's fine. Archie's fine. I'm here in Switzerland. By the way, it is 5:07 in the morning. 5:07. The jet lag is a killer. But I'm always here for CY Interview. I've been here. I hit the deck running. I arrived on the 2nd of April. So basically, this is a event. And what it's called is Watches and Wonders. It used to be called Basel World, but they had a fight over it, so they rebranded Watches and Wonders. Watches and Wankers, the cynics would say. Watches and Wankers, but we call it Watches and Wonders. So basically what happens is this is the chance where the major manufacturers have the releases. It's like the Detroit Auto Show or the Geneva order. This is like the big week where they release their new pieces for the year. So that's the significance. Now, what actually happens is it's a bit political. It's Watches and Wonders. They have the whole watch industry has some major conglomerates. You've got Rolex, Patek, but you've got Swatch Group, you've got LVMH, you've got these big players. Now, the Swatch people aren't friendly with other, so but generally speaking, this is the week where new pieces are released, new innovations, new product is released. And so Watches and Wonders is the big event. There are several other events. There's also AHCI. Now, that's mainly for smaller independent makers. So they have an event. The big event is Watches and Wonders. And now that is open to the public from the 5th to the 7th of April. But in the lead up, they have private, this is what they have. They have, if you're a VIP, you can come to a private showing. And also, all the boutiques, if you go in there and they size you up, if they think you're not a tire kicker, they will also show you the new releases. So that is what it is. It's very exciting because you get a lot of international people fly in to see the releases. And you've got a party theme. Last night, I literally came from an Louis Vuitton party. I came from a Boucherat party. There was a Cartier party I was invited to, but I knocked back. It's party season, and I have sent you the shots, Chris. This is rich people food. I am talking caviar. I am talking raw meat. I am talking chocolate mousse with caviar fusion. What do you think of that?
Oh, I mean, I love seeing the pictures. You're obviously having the time of your life. So here's my question. What are you looking forward to seeing at Watches and Wonders, and what have you already seen that has impressed you?
Look, I got to be totally honest with you. I'm a long player. I don't kiss AD ass. This is the authorized dealer. I don't look, you know what? I generally speaking, I like to buy my watches on the pre-owned market. Once it's been consumed, I like to eat it once it's gone through the mill. But what I like to look at is just innovation and design. I tell you honestly, looking at many of the releases there, look, you can be cynical and say, that's a bit, you know what happens when money's tight? You know what happens? I'll tell you what happens. When money's tight, instead of inventing new things, they just do new dials. They do cheapies. Like it's like this. You got a Cadillac. It's not selling. We'll make a new paint job, but it's still the same Cadillac. We'll put special wheels on it. Still the same Cadillac. You know what I mean? So that's what they do. When money's tight, they just do a little bit of tweaking. Probably the nicest thing I seen was Vacheron. Vacheron has released a few incarnations that had some magic dial work, and I really found that to be incredible. Really nice stuff. But I'm here not really for the releases. It's the environment. You got all these people here, watch people. It's really, I came with a lot of fans of my live stream channel, the Archie Luxury live stream channel and the Archie Luxury channel. They've flown in. One of my big sponsors, Tan Zeal, he's flown in. He's Lamborghini. He's got a Lamborghini. He's a Canadian guy who's a huge supporter of my show, and he's helped me with the air ticket. Really great guy. He's flown in. So realistically, you got to look at it this way. It's not so much the new releases, it's the people here. It's the environment. You got all these people coming in, and I sent you some photos where they had all the watches photo there. If you actually break down what's in that photo, there was I've got a Patek Philippe World Time. There was a Colonnade dial. It's the enamel painted one. That is so rare. There was a Platinum Daytona. There was this. There was that. Amazing connections. Amazing link up with like-minded people. That's the big thing. I think the big thing is it's not so much is Rolex. Is Rolex doing this? Is Rolex doing that? That's not the big thing. It's the people here and the conversations. And that is what it is. I think it's all about. It's those connections you can make here.
Oh, no denying that. So what would you say has been the most exciting moment for you, or a person you've met or show you've gone to so far, VIP party you've gone to?
Okay, I'll tell you a story. This is a story as long as we just keep it between me, you, and the CY viewers.
And the YouTube subscribers on our channel, sure.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this story. So we went to AP, Audemars Piguet. They're pretentious. They're a member of the Holy Trinity, like that's Patek, Vacheron, and Audemars Piguet. Famous for the Royal Oak. They're kind of a one-hit wonder. The Royal Oak is the model that everybody wants. The other models, less so. Anyhow, they let us, I was there, I had a bit of an entourage, I had some fans with me. I had about four fans and me, and they let us into the boutique. This is the AP. This is the big one, AP House, the Audemars Piguet Boutique, AP House in Geneva. They let us in. They said, oh, you guys can come in and have a look. Anyhow, I didn't know this, but one of my fans, big fan, let's not discuss what business they're in, but they're Russian, they're under 30. It's not daddy's, well, I don't know whose money it is, okay? I don't know what business activity they're in, but they're wearing $500,000 Richard Milles on the wrist. And they're in the VIP room getting shown really rare shit. Okay, because obviously they're high-end consumers. They're a high-end consumer. And I was walking by, and they go, "Hey, Archie, come here." I said, "Hey." I don't know who they are, but I said, "Hey, how are you?" I'm friendly to everybody. Anyone who says, "Hey, Archie," I'm always friendly, you know? They said, "Hey, come and take a seat." And they had AP has a security entourage. And security, they spoke in Russian. And I understand a little bit of Russian. They said, "Do you want us to get rid of these people now?" And they said, No. The Russian guy goes, "If it wasn't for this man," pointing to me, "if it wasn't for this man here, I wouldn't be here buying watches today. He got me into the hobby." And I got to tell you, the people at AP absolutely got really shitty They said, hey, we've only got a small time for your preview. They tried to kick us out. They tried to kick us out. But because the super VIPs had told me to sit down, and I made a big ass of myself, I deliberately said, can I have some of the chocolates? Can I have some of your spring water? And I started sharing it with the entourage. It didn't go over well. They went really nasty. At AP House, oh, you could see the dagger eyes. If looks could kill. And I got to tell you, if looks could kill, they were out to get us. They came again and said, we've only got so many minutes to show you. We've got the next appointment. I gate crashed the VIP sales pitch. AP was shitty. Do not get in the way of a Swiss man trying to sell a watch to a dodgy Russian. Never get in the way of a Swiss company or man selling a watch to somebody with unlimited money. Oh, anyhow, we went out of there and we survived to tell another tale. We survived to tell another tale. The entourage left with me. And I remember Jamie, who was wearing $180,000 Patek Philippe 515231. That's the hand-painted enamel dial world time. He said, Archie, that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Audemars Piguet should be so ashamed of themselves. That's what he said. He said, I will never buy one of their watches. And he's wearing $180,000 world time. It is a very sensitive. Let me tell you another story. Can I tell you another story?
Yes.
You know, the Swiss, they can be so arrogant. We walked up this mountain to see one of the independents. We went up this mountain to see one of the independents, Rexepi. It's an independent brand. We walked up this mountain, and apparently you can go and meet the guys because they're a small niche. And what do they say in Switzerland? If they don't like you, they don't suss you out. They say, "Excuse me, sir, did you have an appointment?" Yeah, I just flown 10,000 kilometers to be here, and you want me to make the Swiss are very, very good. So we walked up this mountain, and they basically told us to go F ourselves. So it's hard. They're brutal. It's brutal. We have had good service. I must tell you, Breguet was outstanding. They rolled out the red carpet. And also Vacheron. I sat down with the boutique director for an hour, and we had beverages, drinks, and amazing sneak preview at some amazing watches. So it's not all sour, but it's the Swiss and customer service. It's a new concept. It's a concept. The Swiss, I don't know. It's sort of like the Germans. The Germans do customer service well. It's a hard thing. Customer service is difficult. And if you come here with your American attitude, the customer is always right, you will get bitch slapped. Let me tell you that. You will get bitch slapped.
So let me just ask you at the closing, for the rest of the time that you're there, what are you looking forward to seeing? Have you seen the Patek Philippe booth yet? Are you going to go buy the Patek Philippe booth, I'm guessing?
Look, so Patek itself, I'm going to the show. So we're recording this. It's Friday morning. I went to the Patek. You know what? I paid respect to the homage. I went to the Patek Museum. First day I arrived, I went to the Patek Museum. That was a Mecca. That's the Mecca. You get to see the history of Patek's pieces. That was pretty. It's a little bit dry. Sometimes I said to them, you need a sign to say certain watches in their Patek Museum, like they had some world times that are worth 8 million, $10-20 million. You need a big arrow. This is the $20 million watch. You know, you got to promote it like Vegas. You know, you got to promote it. Because some people, you look at them and say, oh, that's just a watch. But hey, that one there's $20 million. You got to have the big red arrow. You know what I mean? They need to have a bit of showmanship. But the museum was amazing. I wanted to see that all my life. I wanted to go to the Paddock Museum, and it was amazing. I got to tell you, the vibe in Switzerland is incredible. The vibe is incredible. It's all happening. It's the people that you meet. I'll keep sending you pictures. Please have a look at some of the watches on the wrist. Everyone has brought their best watches out to come for the party. They're bringing their best watches out. It is amazing. It's fairly safe here. I got to tell you, Switzerland is fairly safe. The Swiss police, you do not want to be getting in. They are very burly, strong, no mucking around, no mucking. That's very, very serious, which I suppose you need that in the police. It's amazing. Absolutely. It's incredible here. It's the vibe. I think the big thing is it's not the watches, it's the people you meet. That's what it is. The people you meet. Yes, sir. That's what it is.
I think so too. You're meeting some of your greatest fans as well, like you did here in Las Vegas. So last one I have for you. Before you got to Switzerland, you were in Macau, China. You were at the Venetian.
Yes.
Macau obviously is considered the Las Vegas of Asia. What is Macau like? How would you compare it to Las Vegas? What was the hotel like?
Good question. I got to tell you, the Venetian is probably one of the nice. I stayed at the Wynn. When I was in Vegas, you came to my room. I was at the Wynn. I would say the Venetian is one of the nicest hotels I've ever, top 5 in the world. However, let me tell you this. I got to tell you something. To be totally honest, they don't do service well. It's like, is it special to fly business class if everybody's flying business class? See, it's only special if you've got people who you say, oh, those poor bastards, they got to stand, or they got to sit in the uncomfy wooden seats. When you stay at the Venetian, it's 3,000 room hotel. They're all suites. You see? And it doesn't feel special when everybody's got a suite. You know what I'm saying? And I checked in late. Sorry, I checked in at 4:30. The room wasn't ready. They said, can you come back? And I said, guys, we're paying for this. Can you give me free breakfast? No. Customer service, I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit less than desired. I got to be honest with you. The service at the Venetian, mediocre. I like to have a coffee in the morning or a tea. And I said, do you have some milk? Could I please have some milk? They said, sir, that'll be 50 Macau dollars for milk. That's what's that? $4. I think, don't you give milk for free when I'm staying at a suite? I mean, that's kind of not luxurious when they don't even give you milk. You know what I'm saying? And what they ended up doing is they ended up giving me a smoking room instead, when I normally always insist on a non-smoke. So the room was actually a bit smoky, just a few. The customer service wasn't, it looks great in the photos. I got to tell you, the customer service at the watch boutiques in the Venetian, I never seen service that good. I'll be totally honest with you, okay? Let me tell you this. I actually would say I had more love and appreciation in Macau watch boutiques than in the whole of the Geneva trip. I went into Breitling. They pulled out vintage whiskey. I'll send you the photos. vintage whiskey. We sat down and just talked. No pressure to buy anything. I went to Breguet. They gave me catalogs. Anything you know how many catalogs I have collected here? I got one lousy Rolex magazine, and it's the old one. I got one lousy. That's the only thing given to me. Oh, actually, Rolex. I got some complimentary chocolates in my swag bag. Rolex chocolates. But generally speaking, the service in Macau at the watch shops was amazing. I mean, they opened bottles of vintage whiskey. Would you like to try this? That was incredible. That's more incredible than the service in Geneva. Geneva is a brutal town. They will size you up. They look you up and down, and they will make a decision. Actually, can I tell you something? Can I please tell you just very quickly one little anecdote before I go? What I like to do is, I came double-fisted because I know the Swiss, they're very pretentious. They judge you on the watch you wear. You would never do that, would you, Chris?
No. So you mean double-fisted means you wore a watch on both arms?
Yes. So I had a solid gold Breguet on one wrist, and I had my gold Patek World Time. And what I like to do is I'd sneak into the boutique in really cheap Walmart clothing. Fleecy jogger pants and cheap sweater with a bit of a rip in it. And they barely let you in. And you have your wrists covered. And I'd just start talking. And I'd say, I'll give you €100 if you know what watch I'm wearing. Because they make decisions. Oh, is it a Seiko? Is it a Tag Heuer? You just play this game with them. And actually, the boutique staff loved it. I would go in there and say, please, close your eyes. Please, close your eyes. Feel, what brand is it? What brand? Touch, what is it? What metal? That's a great game I was playing in the boutique. And because they size you up. They size you up whether they think you can afford the product or not. They don't want to waste time with tire kickers. So I went in there in my Walmart track pants, Walmart jumper, and you played the game with them, and they were shocked when I had a Patek Philippe. They were shocked. Bit of fun in the boutiques, bit of boutique fun in this week. That's it there. That's what you got to do, is bring some fun to people's lives. If you've done that, you've done a good job.
I'll close with this. I love your Patek Philippe watch.
Hey, thank you. Actually, can I one more thing?
Yes. Go ahead.
I take a photo of my collection. I always show them, hey, this is my collection. And many of them said to me, congratulations. And I said, what do you mean, congratulations? It's only money. It's money. Why is it congratulations? I mean, do you say to Donald Trump, congratulate? Actually, that's a bad example. Let's move away from that. Let's move away from the Trump stuff. Do you look at Bill Gates and say, congratulations? It's money. And I said, it's money. How can you congratulate me for having money? He goes, sir, I'm not congratulating you for having money. I'm congratulating you for having good taste with what you do with your money. That's what he said. He said, it's congratulations for, he said, you can't buy class. He said, that's what the congratulations is for.
I like that. That was a great story to end with that. So again, live from Watches and Wonders in Geneva, Switzerland, Archie Luxury, Paul Pluta. Tell us again where we can find you on YouTube in closing, Paul.
Check it out, Archie Luxury. That's the name. Just do a Google or type it into YouTube. Don't forget, check out CY interview as well. You guys are on the tubes. You're on the tubes. You're doing well. It's going well. Keep it up. I'm always here. I've always supported you guys.
We have
Fantastic interviews.
We thank you, Paul. So again, for the one and only, the amazing Archie Luxury, Paul Pluta, live from Geneva, Switzerland, to Watches and Wonders. I'm Chris Yannick for C1 Review here in Las Vegas. Paul, thanks so much as always for joining us. And if you haven't already, please like the video below. Please hit the subscribe button below to keep up with everything we have going on here at C1 Review. Paul, again, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.